So look, even if you're not somebody that LCI ADA is trying to extrajudicially execute and poison, you still need to have some activated charcoal powder in your cabinet. Okay, it's just going to be powder. I would recommend getting extra. The thing is, as you can see, like this metal tin is actually really old and it's starting to rust on the outside. Fortunately, there's no signs of any rusting on the inside, but I do need to just go ahead and move this into a different container. And so I'm going to put it probably in like just like a large mason jar, okay, and label it. Now that I'm sharing with, see, I'm even having a little bit of difficulties. I don't know if they sprayed me again even while I was out there, because one thing that starts to happen is I get brain inflammation, okay, when they do these things to me, and I have a hard time finding my words and speaking correctly. Okay, I have a difficult time vocally speaking sometimes when they start doing these things to me. And it's really tough. Okay. But, you know, you can think it's bad until you've been microwaved so hard that you can't speak at all for a while. But anyways, don't get this brand. Get a different brand randomly, okay? Have this on hand, but you can use this for food poisoning, all sorts of things. Water filtration, okay? All sorts of things. You should have plenty of it on hand. You should also have food grade diatomaceous earth on hand. You should also have some Lugol's iodine on hand, okay, as your preps. These are good for water treatment, all sorts of things. You need to have it. You should have some glutathione on hand. If you're one of our people that we look after, you have to be extremely careful where you source your supplements from, okay? Because my more recent thing was they poisoned the selenium they sent to me. Just selenium, basic selenium. So now I have a couple of bags of Brazil nuts that I can use to get my selenium instead, okay? So make sure you get some of that, you know, just like our higher value targets that we look after, just like I tell you. You know, you need to get to a point where you've actually got the intramuscular glutathione injections and you just keep it in a little ankle pouch, okay? And you need to learn how to administer that to yourself for in case you ever have a, like, you know, shish kebab hit the fan type of situation. That's going to be what gets you through that initial poisoning event, and for when the ambulance or whoever, the paramedics can come look after you, and hopefully they're not bad guy paramedics, okay? But that's what we use, but that's not what I have access to. Like, some people know, James, he's in Belarus right now. I do not. We have people sometimes that get upset because they don't get for themselves and their family members, even though they're working with us and like sacrificing so much to help us out. They don't get those kinds of treatments that we can administer to some other people. Is pretty selective, you know? But I don't even get those guys. If I need intravenous glutathione, I have to go out into the world and get it and pay for it myself. And then I end up losing about 19th out of 19th, 20th or so of it over the bleed through. So just like the poison gets shared over the bleed through, all my IV glutathione, I lose it over the bleed through. Most of it, almost all of it. You know, I was joking because some people had, some of my entanglement people, close entanglement people, had issues when I was taking the raw garlic. I was trying to take some raw garlic medicinally, and it was like I couldn't even keep the flavor in my mouth because I was losing it all over the bleed through. And then people were like attacking me and cursing me out because they were getting like poisoned by raw garlic that I was taking. Okay, and it's not like I wanted you to steal my garlic. It just is what it is. But, you know, I used to joke, and it's not really a joke, that if everybody that got my raw garlic bleed through were to raise their hand and we were to test everybody's glutathione levels, and then if James were to just hook me up to like a 100-gram glutathione drip and then test everybody's levels afterward, okay, you guys could actually get some scientific proof here of the fact that I lose all my glutathione over the bleed through, that I get intravenously, almost all of it. And that's why I have to lean on things like the activated charcoal powder. Okay. But yeah, it's an experiment we should actually do someday, guys. But I'm not so easy to poison either, so I'm just gonna chill out. It's like tough because I have to make sure I stay hydrated, but I fortunately have my electric water distiller, and I have to get that going again. So, I don't know. It's not easy when you got people actually trying to destroy, poison your entire water table and things like that, which is something they've done to me in the past. And now I'm trying to raise animals here. These people, they're willing to like poison like the water table of all these people here just to try to hurt me. Okay? And it's no good. But the fortunate thing about if I'm using that pond to water my birds and stuff is I can put like clay and like diatomaceous earth and some things in the water that will help absorb some of those bad things that are getting put into my water table, But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go because I am having some difficulties choosing my words and I'm a little discombobulated. But yeah, it's not perfect, guys, Some of you understand the kind of operation that we have going on, and there's, a whole lot of people looking after a whole lot of things, but it's not perfect, so you got to take some accountability to look after yourselves as well. And prepare yourselves and be aware of how you're interacting and stuff and what you're doing. For example, it's tough. I had to stop eating key lime yogurt because they were going to poison all of it. They didn't care how many people they killed with the poison key lime yogurt that I like to eat every day. Okay? I can't eat that anymore without risking a whole lot of people getting hurt. So, what is it like to be the monster of my eye? It's not easy. Take care, y'all.